We're live. Let's turn you up, Ben. Are you live too?
There we go.
That's much better.
I am.
All right. I'm hoping that means we're live. We're here. Hi, everybody. Basketball England YouTube channel. We're at the Valley. Bit much early on, isn't it?
Yeah, not quite. We're not quite in Wales.
Loddon Valley Leisure Centre. The home for the action today. Home team Reading Rockets play visiting Newcastle University. Is it Team Newcastle University? They've had a lot of names over the years.
Yes, I'm not too sure. We'll go with
Newcastle University.
We'll go with that. Perfect.
Yeah, we'll stick with that.
Yep.
I'm joined by Ben Fish, my guy, always next to me. How are you, fella?
Yeah, not too bad. Had a good week. Rockets coming off the back of a loss to the Hemel Storm last weekend. I was at the Storm Dome.
Oh, nice.
To witness that one. Formidable team, to be honest, Mark. And
absolute juggernaut.
Yeah, the Rockets did really well. Probably for I don't know, just with a couple of minutes to go in the first half, and then the Storm really turned the screw. Really, so yeah, still a very good run. And this is a really important game, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, these are two teams separated by a couple of losses. What did you say, 9th and 6th respectively? You tell me, you keep me honest.
Yeah, the Rockets are currently in 5th place with 8 wins and 7 losses, and Newcastle University with the reverse of that in 8th place with 7 wins and 8 losses. So yeah, Newcastle looking to get back to the 500, and Rockets looking to kind of stretch their plus in wins, as it were. Absolutely. So I'm going to try something. I noticed that on our stream. You and I say absolutely a lot. It's our confirmation that you've made a good point. We say absolutely. Awesome. Yeah, good. I'm going to try and change it up today.
Let's monitor it. We'll see if we can do it slightly better. If you are joining us on the Basketball England YouTube channel, very much appreciated today for joining us. It's always a pleasure for Fish and I to call these games, and we'll love to build up our community. So send in the comments. If Josh Thorne's not in the comments in the first 5 minutes, I'll be disappointed. So let's hope he's there. So, Fish, from what you know of Newcastle University, what are we looking at today?
Well, I mean, last time out for them, they had a really, really good 89-88 overtime win against Loughborough Riders, who took the Hemel Storm to overtime, the only team to do that so far this season. But prior to that, lost to the London Lions 2 by 1. They've had some really close games. They beat the Bradford Dragons, who are in the mix of playoffs, by 6. They suffered a couple of losses to Solent and to Worthing. They also lost to Westminster by 2. But they played Derby close, and they also beat us by 19 up in Newcastle.
Very early days, wasn't it, as I can remember?
Absolutely, yes, and that was with the Rockets' really rough start to the campaign, 0-5. So yeah, they're kind of a bit, I would say, hit and miss, really. And I think all those teams around the 500 mark still kind of working hard to find out their identity and to get to winning ways. Yeah, and you made the point, and it's also been made in the comments, that the mid-table of where we are, very, very close together. But I guess that will bring us nicely onto the Rockets, who, as you say, have started 0-5 and now found a very rich vein of form. Well, yes, before the Hemel Storm game, 8 wins from 9 games, and a tremendous run. And what a turnaround we saw from the Rockets. I think they've been playing some really, really good basketball. Defensively, they've been getting better and better. And I think have found a really positive way to play. So I expect another good performance from the home team today. So as we see Team Newcastle University, I've gone against what we've said already, Fish. Newcastle University come to the floor. They start with Yabantu Alexander, May, Josh Moore and Kenway. Benches Sodine, Clingain, Johnson, Thompson and George. As the Rockets hit the floor, they will start with Jamar Jenkins, Reese Pinnock, Lewis Champion, Troy Cracknell and Jordan Jackson. On the bench, Adekoya Dixon, Porter Kitchen, who comes off a big 45-point showing in the EABL, so very impressive from Ash. Corner and Zach Powell make up the rest of the bench. So as we see the players hit the floor, what do we think today? I say quite even. I've not seen Team Newcastle, I've done it again, Newcastle University in the flesh this season. So what are we expecting early on? Well, what I would say is Daniel Johnson-Thompson's joined the fold for them, and you know, having BBL experience, you know, he's a really good talent. So I think that addition's good. You've got Jason Sudeen, who will also come off the bench, who's a former Bristol Flyers player who was pouring in heavy numbers. And we've talked about a bit off air. We talked about Josh Moore, who's led the scoring really well, alongside Christian Alexander, who's chipping in. So I think they've got some really good scoring options. It'll be interesting to see what Coach Mark Elderkin's game plan is. He normally has his teams really well prepared, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. Should be a really good contest, to be honest.
Definitely so. Going to be fairly even, which is going to make for a good showing here at the Valley, filling up quite nicely. I'd say we're roughly 73.7% full.
Yes, the away end is probably a little thin on the ground.
But that's where we come in. Because if you did not travel today, Newcastle University fans, we are here for you. So make sure you share the stream. Got the stream team in the house, me and Fish. Bailey's nearly gone flat on his back with a chest bump with Jordan Jackson. I imagine you love that sort of thing.
Well, let's hope he behaves himself today.
Well, yes.
Because
last time out.
Yes, I don't want to have to get into my game day delegate role again.
Yes. I mean, the good thing now is at least you know you are the game day delegate.
Well, yes, quite. And
whereas before.
Yes. So obviously, if I do have to rush off, it's probably for that purposes. We'll just say that.
It was amazing. That was the Derby game, wasn't it? Fantastic game of Derby. Was it Derby?
It certainly was. What a game that was.
Absolute thriller. And Bailey has got the crowd on their feet. They are clapping, they're cheering. We are just under 3 minutes to tip, and this is the place to be. It's the Basketball England YouTube channel. Stream team, Mark and Fish. Share with your friends, we're here.
Absolutely. And I'd just like to add, welcome to all the people watching as well. A regular Charlie Parker's on. Thorny is on, you'll be pleased to know. And yes. Reese Pinnock's mum, Kay Pinnock, all the way from down under. She's in Australia at the moment. So welcome, Kay. Good to see you. We shall miss your post-game cakes and muffins and stuff like that. But also, we have what's really good news this week. We've got a clear scoreboard. You missed last time. We had, but you might know.
I could see.
You might know the Ben Fisher package.
Yes.
Derby Trailblazers head coach Matt Shaw is.
He was adamant that he did not want the Ben Fisher package.
But he's changed. It's all right. He does now, and this is what we've provided for him. Top of the edge technology, I must tell you.
Well, I'm delighted. What I actually like about the Ben Fisher package, by the way, is that it is genuinely our view of the scoreboard.
Yeah, like, we literally can't see it.
Yeah, so when people see me and I go, the score is 76-2, it's because I can't actually see the numbers. And just, it's good that you get the environment that we're into.
Absolutely, and there you go, we've said absolutely again.
Told you.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. What I was going to say was... I now can't remember because you've...
That was your fault.
Yeah, absolutely. It was my fault. And I keep saying absolutely. So let's see how many times I can say absolutely, because I'm sure it'll be absolutely loads.
Yeah, so between me saying Team Newcastle instead of Newcastle University and you saying absolutely, we'll ruin the stream by the end of it.
Yeah, people will turn off.
I imagine
we'll
they will.
We'll go for minus numbers instead today, if that's possible. But I did like you saying 76 in the voice of Russ Bray. You just need a bit more of a husky voice.
Yeah, I don't think I've got that. We've got. I tell you what, we are some more cutting-edge technology developing here.
Yeah, that's an even clearer picture of the scoreboard.
We've got our clearest scoreboard picture from another camera.
We have. That is brilliant.
Except we're not quite there. We're nearly there.
And we're only a couple of seconds to the start of the game, which is awesome.
We're near. It's just about bit of connection stuff here. All the technical stuff.
Hey,
Turn it off and on.
Just before we start, Mark, how about this? A Rockets legend in the crowd today. None other than former club captain, 10 years in the making, Adam Kelly.
Yes, it was lovely to catch up with Adam before the game. Briefly, but I haven't seen him in a very long time, so he's looking very well.
Yes, he is. He's here with his son, Ron. He's visiting Matt Johnson this weekend, which You have to feel sorry for him, I suppose, in some respects.
Wow.
But my goodness me, what an absolute legend he is for the Rockets. And he was known for his baseline jumper. No more,
12
no
to
less.
15-foot baseline jumper. Absolutely automatic.
Absolute money. So there we go.
I always I talk about Tom Ward death taxes and Tom Ward jump shots, but if it was 10 years ago, it'd be death taxes and Adam Kelly baseline jumpers.
What an amazing comparison. Tom Ward, a stalwart of NBL Division 1, and does love the mid-range game as well, I think.
Loves it. Absolutely loves it. So here we go. We're getting ready for tip. Jordan Jackson will jump up with Christian Alexander, who Fish mentioned before the game. As I say, is Yabantu, Alexander, May, Moore and Canway for Newcastle. Jenkins, Pinnock, Champion, Cracknell and Jackson for the Rockets. And it will be the Rockets who control the first one with Jemiah Jenkins. This is Jackson, handoff to Pinnock. Newcastle out in man, and they go for the early low touch for Jackson. It's defended well by Alexander. He will come out to Pinnock, look for a repost. He'll get it. They'll have to go quick. It's 6 on the shot clock. Pinnock dials his own number and makes it for 3. Nice start from Reece Pinnock. Mumkay will be pleased with that down under.
Absolutely, and that's really important for Pinnock to get off and running, especially with the mismatch he had. He had to shoot the ball at the end of the shot clock. Good early bucket for the Rockets.
May into Canway. Canway down the middle. Cracknell hits the floor. Nothing doing. This is May again. Kicks to Yabantu. Corner 3. Nothing. Jackson corrals that one into the Rockets. Are out and running. They've got a 4-on-3 early. Thought about the early shot, did Champion. Looked at the second, and they'll play some 3-man ball in this corner. Spin baseline from Jordan Jackson, and a lovely finish underneath from the big man.
That's a great move from Jordan Jackson. Felt the defender on his back on the catch, spanned the baseline and reversed it in for 2.
This is Josh Moore, who is the scorer for this Newcastle University team. Yabantu looking for Alexander inside, nothing doing. Moore now at the point. Canway back to Moore. They go screen and roll on the left. It's Yabantu on the left, throws up the runner, and the big body of Alexander pulls that one down. Lefty hook, nothing this time, and now it's Jemiah Jenkins, no numbers, slows down, finds Champion, and this is a nice ball early from the Rockets. The runner from Jenkins, nothing doing, and out of bounds. He says it was tipped.
Yeah, it did look like it was tipped, but Newcastle will regain possession, looking for their first score.
Yabantu against Champion. The 1 and the 7 on those jerseys is really difficult to tell apart, but I got it now. May from 3, back rims. It might get the friendly roll, and does.
Yeah, Newcastle off and running, and that's going to be a prominent feature of their game, no doubt.
Jordan May with that 3. This is Champion off the screen from Cracknell. They'll go back inside to Jordan Jackson. The up fake this time, then puts it on the floor. 6 on the shot clock. Will try and go to the righty hook. He's a bit stuck. Finds the baseline in Pinnock. He'll have to put one up quick. Inside Jackson. Doesn't get it off, but they count it. Going the other way. I would say that was a 24-second violation.
Yes, I would say definitely video replay needed on that one.
Not for me. Eagle eye, mate.
Well, both in our 30s, still got excellent vision.
This is May, screen from Canway. Corner is Josh Moore, and that one goes.
Yeah, Josh Moore is definitely going to have to carry the scoring load for Team Newcastle this evening. There you go, Team Newcastle, we've got one of those in.
Yes, 7-6. Rockets lead. This is Champion. High screen and roll. Rejects it, goes baseline to his left. Nothing doing. Came off a knee, but it's a Newcastle University ball. Yabantu guarded by handed off to Canway. This is Moore again. He just made his last one. corner is Jordan May. This is back to Yabantu down the lane. Good paint touch, running out of time, and that one did not get released in time, and a great defensive sequence from the Reading Rockets.
Yeah, I thought Newcastle moved the ball pretty well in that possession, to be honest. I think Josh Moore probably turned down a look at the rim. But the Rockets, yes, as you say, defended well and have a chance to extend their slim advantage.
Pinnock, who they will stay off. Cracknell, who is yet to really get an early touch. This is Jemiah Jenkins. He'll go early off the screen and roll, in and out. Looked like a bit of contact from behind. No call from the officials. Canway, Yabantu. Looking inside to Canway again. He pushes off Reece Pinnock, who defends the big very well on the switch.
He does, although that's a tough call, I think, against the big man there. But Reece Pinnock, very experienced defender on the perimeter and, you know, fronting the post there. So good job from the Rockets, number 5.
Jenkins, Cracknell, Pinnock now, who they will stay off. Scout report is to let him shoot, although he's made his first. Champion, he'll dial one up. Back rims this one, and Rockets, after an early scoring flurry, have gone a bit cold in the last 3 minutes. Pinnock now against Josh Moore. Canway, Jordan May now guarded by Champion. The switch with Cracknell. He'll go deep 3. That one's in and out, and Pinnock corrals the board. Rockets out and running again. Slight advantage with Pinnock pushing. Bad handle from Champion. Passes a little loose from Pinnock. This is Cracknell. He'll dial his number this time, and still nothing doing, and not a lot of energy on the offensive glass either. And Bantu skips Jordan May this time, back rim, and Rockets could get out and run here. It's 3-on-3 with Canway chasing Champion. Jemiah Jenkins, he'll go long 2. Coach Narazade still happy, but as I say, Rockets gone cold here. This is Canway into Alexander, and he'll be fouled on the floor by Jordan Jackson. Quite a pace here, Fish, but as I say, Rockets got a bit cold. Opened up with 7 early and haven't scored in the last 4 minutes.
Yes, absolutely, and I think the Rockets will definitely want Jemiah Jenkins and especially Troy Cracknell to get going pretty soon. Cracknell had a very difficult game against the Hemel Storm, was held scoreless, and Newcastle University doing a pretty good job in transition, finding open shots and drawing fouls, so a little bit of a concern. We've seen the Rockets come out firing on all cylinders in a number of games this season, but yeah, not today so far.
I guess the important thing is good looks, as Christian Alexander made his first and misses his second. I say good looks so far, and a little bit of extended pressure here from Newcastle, who will drop back into what looks to be, no, thought it was a zone, but it's not. Jackson on the slip, should finish this one with a big two-handed flush. Great slip from Jordan Jackson, who throws it down with 2 hands.
Yeah, good pass from Lewis. Champion very composed, switching on the pick and roll. Champion finds Jackson inside.
Jenkins gets across, called for a block. I think that's probably the right call. I wouldn't say feet set, because you'll tell me off, because your feet don't have to be set. Go on, tell them.
Correct, and currently, for those watching a lot of NCAA basketball, I think the officials are refereeing that sort of stuff really well. When the defenders are elevating in the air straight up, and there's a lot of contact, and then no calls are being made, I think that's brilliant, and I think it's really good for the sport. You should reward the defense, not penalise the defense.
NCAA referees are one of those that go through peaks and troughs. Sometimes they are getting absolutely hammered for missed calls on game-winning shots and things like this, or they're getting that sort of thing right. So, yeah, always interesting. Jawad Adekoya into the game for the Rockets, the new guy. How long can we say new guy? Newish?
Yeah, I think we can still say it for sure. Had a really, really positive outing again on his debut against the Storm last weekend. Really deadly from the perimeter in that game. So let's see what he brings to the table, as Rockets needing some scores.
Bit of a game, long and rangy. Great switch on the perimeter there from Cracknell. Stopped the corner 3. Here's the little dump down, and Cracknell across and thought he made a good play on the ball. Tough one. Referee indicating a bit of contact there. That's Cracknell's first foul. And that sends Christian Alexander back to the line. 9-7 here, 4 minutes to go. Plenty of noise here in the Valley. It's filled up nicely. Love it. It's just great attendances at the minute.
Yeah, it's really good to see, and what the people I speak to say what a great feeling it is. There's a lot of real positivity in the building and a really family environment. So great to see.
This is Pinnock, and Jordan Jackson will find Jeremiah Jenkins, gets to the middle, finds Cracknell in the corner. He'll take one dribble. That's a good shot for him. Doesn't get it to go, and Jordan Jackson active on the board, tries to save it, but was staying with the Rockets either way. Yeah,
good offense by the Rockets. Jenkins using the pick and roll well, drawing Cracknell's defender. Cracknell on the pump fake. Nice pull up, but couldn't quite get it to drop.
It's a loopy one. Good catch, but couldn't keep it. And this is Josh Moore with a little Euro and lefty finish.
I was going to say before the start of the game, I think after last weekend's defeat, I think it was tough for the Rockets. So I think it might take them a little bit of time to get going, but I'm really confident in this team that they'll really grow into this game and get the scoring on point.
8 on the shot clock. Pinnock, good footwork, finds Cracknell for another short one. That would have been an Adam Kelly special. Didn't go this time. And it's Moore out and running again, and foul called, and Rockets just losing their momentum here a little bit. Stalled offensively, kind of got some okay-ish looks twice, but nothing great.
Yeah, it'd be interesting now. Zach Powell's checking into the game for the Rockets, and he's definitely somebody that is a tough matchup for anybody, and he also adds a defensive presence. I think the Rockets are getting good looks. You can see by Coach Nurizade's body language, he's not too concerned. He's seeing some positive stuff, so I'm sure those shots will drop sooner or later.
Johnson Thompson in for Newcastle University. Emmanuel Canway out. Averages 4 points, 4 rebounds.
Yeah, great to see Daniel Johnson Thompson into the game. His brother actually in the Reading Rockets Academy at the moment. One of our leading under-18 players. So good to see his family here supporting him today as well.
Free throws made, subs in. We'll see Finn Porter for the first time as Jordan Jackson gets his first rest at about the 7-minute mark gone.
Yeah, some big minutes for Jackson early in the game.
Started the game actually very well, didn't he?
Yes.
A couple of points, a couple of boards. Here's Adekoya, guarded by Johnson Thompson, who's new into the game. This is Powell. Little corner screen there from Finn Porter, and this is Powell again. He'll put it on the floor and get all the way inside. Drop it off to Porter, who needed to finish quickly and has been called for the travel.
Yeah, and do you know what? It was almost like Porter wasn't ready for that.
Yeah, didn't know it was coming.
Like, Zach Powell did a great job, as we said. You know, played one-on-one really early, got past his guy, drew Porter's defender, but Porter couldn't quite get to convert it. Stuttering offense, shall we say, at the minute from the Rockets.
See, that's why you've got the best phrases. Well described, stuttering a little bit. 13-9, Newcastle University now lead. This is Yabantu into Johnson Thompson. Will go for a repost. Got a little bit better position, but defended well by Adekoya, who gives up a little bit of size. Yabantu down the middle. Floater goes nowhere. Adekoya will pull that. And Rockets should get some early transition. It's Powell on the pull-up, and he's fouled, and he'll go to the line for Toole. I think that's probably a good job he got fouled there.
Yes, I was just about to say, I'm not sure that's the shot the Rockets wanted, having had a slight pause, shall we say, in their scoring. But 2 shots nevertheless. But last possession, it was really good to see Daniel Johnson Thompson very, very composed in the post. Drew some defence, kicked the ball out. As Zach Powell misses his first.
Your grimace was enough to tell me everything what you thought about that offence. Guess the second one, though. That's the point. Positive play.
Yep. 10.
13-10, 2:20 to go here. Yabantu defended by Champion. Looking for Moore, who's been guarded by Cracknell. They'll go through Christian Alexander. Nice little slip inside, and they'll find Josh Moore again wide open, and he'll make another one. And Josh Moore's got going early doors in this one.
Yes, and a bit of a shame for the Rockets, because he's certainly one that they will have talked about before the game.
Cracknell trying to turn the corner, gets all the way down. This one's dumped off to Porter, and this time he's ready for the right-handed dunk.
What a great pass by Troy Cracknell there. Finn Porter, as you say, ready.
May pulling that one. Don't want to find the hands of Josh Moore with a 10-footer from the foul line, but he gets another one to go.
Yeah, and a couple of second chance points, and the Rockets almost conceding 20 so far in this quarter.
Adekoya thought about the NBA range 3, decides against it. Screen and roll now with Porter. Nice find in the corner from Champion. It's a really, really good look. And Adekoya with the corner 3.
Absolutely, and really composed by Lewis Champion. I was just about to say the offense looked a little sluggish, but good find from the Rockets, number 7.
18-15 the score. Newcastle University lead this one. Jordan May, and he's held by Zach Powell. Solid call from the official.
Yeah.
Commanding.
Tricky one, because the Rockets are in the penalty, so that will give Newcastle University 2 shots.
This is one of those times where when I look at the scoreboard through my limited view, I thought it was a 2, not a 5. I should have known that. But sometimes a little bit tricky. Restricted view.
Sometimes the scoreboard will be false.
I wonder, because we do reference The Office in here quite a lot.
Yeah.
There's probably lots of people who think, why? Why do they say that a lot?
Yeah, and or that they've got very sad lives. It's one of the two.
Well, yeah, if you're wondering, it's references from BBC's The Office.
Yes. Although...
Other shows
and broadcasting stations are available.
Indeed.
Of
Jordan
which
May.
Somebody said that the other day on BBC News. Sorry to interrupt you.
There you go. What they actually said, that others are available.
Yes.
Shows how professional we are.
Yeah,
so.
absolutely.
Champion rejects the screen. Nice kick to Powell. He's got a lot of time to look at this one, but nothing doing. Good find from Champion. Newcastle out and running. Yabantu gets that one to go, and Powell, I think, might see an early exit at some point. Struggling a little bit from the floor, but Coach Narazade staying with it. This is Adekoya. Wants the handoff with Champion, gets it. I mean, the ball movement from Reading still very good. It's really moving the Newcastle defence, just struggling to find that last shot. Adekoya straight at Johnson Thompson, down the lane with a right-handed finish. Nice from Jawad Adekoya.
Yeah, and he certainly showed his worth so far, knocking down the 3 ball, and what a great take to the rim.
And I blinked and missed the end of the game, so end of the quarter, should I say. 22-17, and I'm pretty sure it feels a bit how we thought it would. Rockets lead early, stutter, offense stutters, team Newcastle University take over, and they lead this one by 5 at the end of the quarter.
Yes, I think they'll be pretty happy, to be honest with you. I think they've defended really, really hard. They've defended the Rockets pick and roll pretty successfully. They've made Rockets have to shoot some tough shots. I think Rockets have missed quite a few, but those misses have turned into what Newcastle University are really good at, and that's playing in transition. And you could see that last couple of possessions, Newcastle managed to get some really good points on the board.
Clap of the crowd, bit of one-on-one here. That's an easy bucket. Who's playing defence there? Do you know them, Fish?
That would be Rockets under-12's Charlie Tustin, son of Bailey Boom Tustin.
Maybe there's some insider info. I think the defence could have been tougher.
Yeah, should have taken a charge.
Probably should have taken a charge.
Yes. Who I was reminded, we were reminded that Adam Kelly also known for taking charges.
Yeah, a lot.
He was.
Yeah.
An incredible amount.
Yeah. Probably took more in a game than I probably took in most of my career, I'd have thought. I'm being brutally honest.
Yeah, likewise in my illustrious playing career.
Yeah. Goalkeeper. Oh, no, you mean basketball?
Oh, yes.
Sorry.
No, I did take a charge as a goalkeeper once. Yeah. The ball went in the back of the net. The referee allowed it. But let's not talk about football because I'm most upset with the hoops. Let's concentrate on these hoops here.
Sounds good. Leaders, Jordan Jackson's got 6. We said he started well. Leads the Rockets. Adekoya's got 5 off the bench. It's Josh Moore with 12 and Jordan May backs him up with 5.
Is now the time to say that Josh Moore's on for 48?
If you were Matt Johnson,
yes,
that's exactly what you say.
Exactly.
And Team Newcastle United are on for 88 as a team. This is Johnson Thompson to Yabantu. So screen Zach Powell. Good choice to go under it. Adekoya switches. Scramble to the corner. That's the one to take away, and they do. Jenkins ahead to Champion. Jenkins again. Short this time, and again Nurazade okay with it, but an early foul on Finn Porter.
Yeah, and to be honest, Jamar Jenkins has made a number of those pull-up threes in transition in recent weeks, so you can see why that might be the case. He's really trying to get his team going on the scoring end.
Jenkins played by Yabantu, tries to find Johnson Thompson inside. Nothing doing this time.
Yes, and a timeout's been called by the team Newcastle University head coach Mark Elderkin, doing a great job with Newcastle.
Yeah, doing a lot with a relatively small roster. There's only 9 suited up today. No additionals that I can really see. So small. Oliver Klingane in the game now. Klingane in the game. 4 points, 4 rebounds. Another one of those utility guys for Newcastle University.
Indeed, and our YouTube viewers demanding almost they see Adam Kelly. We will pick him out eventually.
Yeah.
But we're just biding our time.
I've got a feeling some of the requests are not basketball related.
Yes, that is true too.
I will say, he's looking very well still.
He is, yes.
I look much more haggard than him, being probably 10 years younger.
I mean, he has gone for the Pierluigi Collina look.
Yep.
So, anyway, I think we probably better get back to the basketball, hey?
Thorny's in it. Phenomenal defense by Adekoya. That was the sequence we just saw, the switch and the scramble, and he disrupts the play in the middle. Totally agree with you on that one, coach. And here is Adekoya, the man of the moment. Champion finds Jenkins. He thought about another one, just turning on his right shoulder. Inside to Porter, 10 on the shot clock. He'll spin inside. There's a lot of contact, but nothing doing. Yabantu the other way against Jenkins. They'll hand off with May. Champion tries to blow that one up. Adekoya with a good show on the screen. Good stand by Jenkins. Nice find in the corner for Klingane, but that one is way long. Champion. Adekoya wanted that one on the wing trail. Didn't get it. Little flip inside again to Porter. Needs to finish that one. Just shorts it at the rim, but gets his own one back. Jenkins with a lot of time this one. That one's in and out, and the shooting woes continue for the Rockets.
Yes, they do, and a little bit of a worry as the pull-up jumper goes. May nailing that one, and it's a 7-point advantage currently to Newcastle University. Mark's just doing a few technical things, and an offensive foul has been called against Finn Porter. That will be foul number 2, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And welcome back, Mark.
Sorry, laptop battery was just dying, and realised I've got it plugged into a plug socket that's not actually connected to anything.
Fabulous.
It's the honest game evaluation you get from me.
Yeah.
Shows my stupidity.
Well, one thing I will say, Mark, is I think Newcastle are doing a really good job actually in defensive transition. The Rockets haven't managed to score many points in transition despite being a low-scoring game. So yeah, let's see if the Rockets can exploit that a little bit more as the game wears on. Johnson
Thompson from the left wing makes the 3, and this lead is extended to 10. Oh, to 10. That's really useful, that, isn't it?
Yes.
We've just got a camera on the scoreboard just for us, so I mean I don't have to take a really long time to tell you what the score is. 27 plays 17. Newcastle University extending their lead to 10. 7:55 to go in this second quarter. As I say, appreciate everybody joining us on this live stream. 64, relatively low numbers. Half-term issues.
Saturday,
you think that's what it is?
Everybody loves a Sunday game.
Fair enough. I wasn't sure actually. I was walking up today and thinking, is it? I don't know what the stats are on Saturday versus Sunday, but
No, I don't either. I'm just speculating. But what I will say is the Rockets 17 points in the opening 12 minutes, and we've seen 30-plus quarters from the Rockets in quarter number one, so they're really going to have to try to find some rhythm. Josh Thorne makes a good point about Adekoya. Definitely somebody that is able to put the ball in the basket, and it'd be interesting to see as the Rockets come out of their timeout whether they go to him a little bit more in this next period of play.
I will say Jordan Jackson's just back in. I was going to say the inside threat of Jordan Jackson was useful in the first quarter, and when you think about the Rockets' probably last 5 or 6 shots have all been perimeter based with the exception of the Finn Porter dunk. I think we need to probably go inside a little bit more, whether that's off the bounce or off a post entry, but I think that's why Jordan Jackson's back in, and here is the Rockets and Adekoya and Cracknell, who's yet to get going, and Jackson on the perimeter with the handoff down the lane. It's a nice dump down this time from Jenkins, and travel called, and I didn't see it, but I couldn't see his feet, so can't say much.
Yeah, I can't say if it's a travel or not, but what I can say is it just didn't look like Jordan Jackson was ready to receive the ball, and that's happened a couple of times. Jenkins is great at getting into the lane, so the bigs for the Rockets have to be ready for that.
Jordan May to Christian Alexander. Long two this time. Rockets with a few numbers. It's Pinnock out and running. He'll get all the way inside, and a big block, but foul called on Josh Moore, who was not the defender who blocked it.
Yes, and the first time that Pinnock's gone downhill in transition, definitely a strength of his, and he'll go to the line for two.
May have been Temmie George on the foul, who's just into the game for Newcastle University. Pinnock makes the first. Makes two. Nice job from Pinnock, and Rockets will extend their pressure in a 1-2-1 trap, and they're still in it here. Still staying with it, finally get the ball to the middle. It's Thompson. They've sped up Newcastle. It's Thompson down the lane, and he'll just get the friendly roll as Jackson wanted the block, but just above his fingertips. Here's Jenkins again. He'll get inside. Jackson on the hoop. Nice from Jenkins to Jackson. They link up for two. May down the lane finds the corner. Made by Temmie George, and every time Reading get going, Newcastle's got an answer. Adekoya on the quick pull, and that one is beginning to frustrate Coach Nurizadeh.
Yes, I think when you're not scoring or you're finding buckets difficult to come by, the transition three becomes less and less of a primary option. You want to make the defense have to work. Otherwise, it's pretty easy for the opposition. They can just get out in transition and play.
The screen and roll, Adekoya and Jackson. This time, Adekoya down the lane. It's flipped and stays with the Rockets. Good defensive stand by Alexander. Here's Cracknell. Jackson. Down screen for Jenkins. Pulls up defender in his face and gets this one to go. Could this be the spark for the Rockets?
Well, you'd certainly hope so for the home team. Jenkins finally making one as Pinnock steals.
Laid in for 2. Nice from Pinnock. This pressure from Reading is doing its job. Still there. Cracknell, he gets a steal. A lot of contact, nothing doing, and finally called. I think the officials were waiting to see if it went in. Called it anyway, and Troy Cracknell, and the pressure's doing what it's supposed to do, Fish.
Yeah, and that is good to see from the Rockets. You know, showing a little bit, you know, to be able to show a bit of full court pressure, they've got to be able to score, and I think that's what Coach Nirazade has been trying to get his team to do. But yeah, some good possessions there. Newcastle coach Mark Elderkin pretty calm in that moment, just calling timeout, trying to nip that little run in the bud. But Rockets with 2 free throws and a chance to make it a 3-point game.
A few quick ones from Reading off the full court pressure. As you say, chance for Troy Cracknell to go to the line and make the lead 3. We've got 5:38 to go here in this second quarter. Nice game developing. We thought it'd be close, and it has been nip and tuck so far.
Yeah, it has, and I think that Newcastle will be the happier of the 2 teams at the moment. But I think when you're taking good shots, I think there's always hope in terms of, you know, how the Rockets will view things. And Troy Cracknell getting to the line, I think, is an important one. It gets him to see the rim a couple of times, and hopefully puts a bit of a momentum going his way in the next couple of offences.
Definitely, and you can see Coach Elderkin just probably drawing up something for the pressure. I think they'll want to get this to the middle quicker. If I'm a betting man, I will bet that Coach Nirazade has come out of the pressure and will do something different, thinking that they'll draw something up for the pressure and he'll change.
I don't think you have to be betting for that. I think you just have to be just tactical.
Well, look, I coach under-8s.
Yeah, that is true.
There's less of this.
Yeah, not so much of a 2-2-1 press or anything like that.
No. Give it to the fastest kid.
Yes.
Let them run. Cracknell rattles in the second, and here we are. We're both wrong. Pressure stays.
Yes, indeed.
Well, not that you said it, but I've lumped you in with me anyway.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
They do jump it finally, still trying to get to the middle. They do with Christian Alexander, and this is Josh Moore, now Jordan May. Rejects the screen, goes baseline long, and pulled down by the Rockets, and Troy Cracknell's fouled on the break.
Really good defence by Reece Pinnock in that possession there. I'm pretty sure Markey was defending Josh Moore, kept him in front well, made him take a tough shot. Good job by the Rockets number 5.
Jenkins and Pinnock. Now Newcastle do go to the zone. Bit of an extended 3-2. Adekoya on the elbow, drops it down to Jackson, and he's fouled. It's a good look by Adekoya, but same sort of feeling whether Jackson is running to rebound or whether he's really anticipating a pass. Not sure on that one, but
yeah, a bit of a tough one that, because Adekoya got up into his shooting motion and then dumped it off to him, so I think Jackson was a little surprised.
Cracknell open for 3, and he's fouled, and a chance for the 4-point play, but he'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
Indeed, and that was the one I think that Cracknell wanted to see drop, especially after his 2 made free throws just rimmed out, but he'll have a chance, in fact, Mark, to tie the game at 31.
He will. Yabantu back in for Newcastle University. Jordan May sits. Be good to know if we've got any Newcastle University fans on the live stream. If you are watching, let us know you're here. I can see a lot of the usual Rockets faces, but good to know we're reaching the north.
Indeed, and I can see in the crowd somebody holding up hashtag Troy time. That's great to see, right at the top of the stands there.
I can't see.
Next to the Rockets banner.
There's a hashtag Troy time banner. Oh, man. I want to see when it goes up again.
It is.
Why can't I see it?
Camouflaged.
Camouflaged?
Yeah.
Oh, I can see now. It is camouflaged.
There we go.
To be fair, being held up right against the black background is not useful.
No, indeed.
And white lettering. I'm glad your eyes are better than mine because I'd really struggled to find it.
Yes.
And read it.
Well, great to see the 3 free throws drop.
And we are tied up at 31. Being chased again. That's an 8. Should have been an 8-second call. Wasn't. Fumbled this time by Moore, and Jackson with a nice feed out to Cracknell, but there's numbers back now. They'll try and go inside in this little 3-man game here, and it's Jackson. Nice shovel inside to Pinnock, who just tried to get to go one more to Cracknell in the corner and just fumbled it at the crucial time, but better from the Rockets.
Yes, and probably a good foul there by Pinnock in transition. I think momentum certainly with the Rockets. Newcastle in the penalty and having used both timeouts up. I think the full court pressure is still working well. So you'd say the Rockets should finish the half the stronger, but we will see.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Right?
Very true.
Thanks. It's been a really long period of 30 seconds of game time. It's taken a really long time. There's been lots of free throws, but it's got Reading back into it. Straight down the lane is terrible defence from Reading. It's knocked around and will go with the Rockets, but just switching off a tiny, tiny bit.
Yeah, Jason Sudeen there. Couldn't quite get it to go.
Newcastle University back in the man here. Jenkins wide open, couple of dribbles. Shooting woes continue, although back in the game they've missed a few and fired cross court by Yabanti. Jordan May to Christian Alexander, blocked up high by Jordan Jackson, and Pinnock goes downhill again as Fish says he does so well, and he's fouled.
Yes, Jordan Jackson changing the shot there and did a good job, although Cracknell was beaten very easily on the kind of corner drive, and Newcastle have had a lot of success with that, just dumping off to the big to score, but Jackson held firm.
Adekoya had been doing a better job than some others on that extra one. Like you said, when the big just rolls down the middle, he was cutting that off, but not on that occasion. Pinnock makes the free throw. Didn't even look, but I know it went in.
Yeah, 2 from 2 from Pinnock. Rockets up 2.
Pressure stays. It's causing a lot of trouble. This is Sodine. Dumps off to Alexander, and he gets it to go with the jump stop and lefty finish. 33-33, tied up. 3.5 to go. Cracknell looking champion, this time slipped. Wanted to stay that side for the post-up. It's Pinnock now. Couple of crossovers all the way down the lane. A lot of contact, and he will go to the line again for 2.
Yeah, Reece Pinnock in good form of late, and a nice little hesitation before accelerating down the gut of the Newcastle defence. And another 2 shots, as you say.
Yeah, good patience. Sometimes as well for Reece, an early make is always good for anybody, but particularly Reece to get a perimeter make to go early on. He's been playing well since and makes another one from the line.
Yes, and he was another player held scoreless in the Hemel Storm game, so it was important for him to get going early, and he's certainly done that. And I think for him, really, his if he's scoring, then he's an unbelievable defender, even more so than usual.
Makes another, and he's top of the zone press. They'll go deeper this time, and they'll trap early. Still a lot of pressure here from Reading. Doing a great job, and that's another close to 8-second violation. This pressure has really turned up, and the crowd responding in kind.
Yeah, kind of a different card we're seeing here from the Rockets, having to work really hard defensively in this game. Their offense not quite firing, and they've done a really nice job to keep themselves interested.
Jenkins screen with Jackson, the lift from Pinnock, then they dump down to Jackson, and he'll go Alexander on the turnaround fade, no good, and probably needed to come out that one. Jordan May, crossover inside, hands everywhere, and trying to see where that's going. Official on the far side, yes. Confident in the call.
Yes, the furthest referee saw.
Might be angles. Angles, yeah?
Yep, all about angles. Steve Davis, was it? No, who was angles?
May in the corner, back rims one. Pinnock nearly tips it in himself, and that one should go the other way this time. And Jason Sodine can't pull it. Jenkins, Jackson, Pinnock, Cracknell and Champion on the floor. There's the stagger away. Another screen to Cracknell, and he gets that one to go. Lovely set from the Rockets.
Yeah, nice job, and nice job from Coach Nurizade picking that one out for Troy Cracknell.
Sodine the other way, and that's happened a couple of times, and they're a little bit lax, and this time they beat the press quick, and Sodine straight to the other end, and he'll go to line for two.
You can see Newcastle's transition game, both offense and defense, is very effective for them. They played really well in transition, attacking the rim and shooting the ball, and they've also done a really good job, bar their turnovers from the pressure, but off misses, they've got behind the ball really quickly.
Quietly, Rockets have just got themselves into a four. Been a really nice tactical game too, this one, as you say. Sodine gets the roll on the second one, and here's Jenkins after a quick consultation with Coach Nurizade during the free throws, so we'll see what they come back to. Cross screen, down screen. Jackson slipped inside. They get the mismatch on the perimeter and inside. Skip this time to Pinnock. He'll load another one up, and he'll make another. It's great from Reece Pinnock.
Yeah, great to see. And Champion almost saves that one, but Reece Pinnock much more confident from beyond the arc, and Rockets with a nice 6-point lead.
Clever again, they go to an action that gets a mismatch. Jordan Jackson skips out of the mismatch and finds a wide open Pinnock as they go to double. May on the fade, one dribble pull up, and that's really nice from Jordan May. And then I think Pinnock's looking at Jordan Jackson and saying, you need to go out to that one. If I'm slipping and chasing, you've got to put a hand up. Trying to go inside. This is Pinnock again. This time Cracknell goes screen with Jordan Jackson, pulls up. Nothing doing this time. Pinnock nearly gets a fingertip to, and it's Bantu the other way. They've got some numbers here, 3-on-2. Josh Moore, and a bit of a tough one, but called underneath.
Well, you say bit of a tough one.
Not for you.
No. How that isn't a travel, first of all, and second of all, what did Troy Cracknell do wrong? That's the stuff I was talking about earlier on. Both players vertical. I don't know what else Troy Cracknell could have done there. And normally I sit on the fence, but not on this one.
Livid. Absolutely livid. Emmanuel Canway back into the game for Newcastle University. Do you know, we don't see him very much. He stepped down from Solent, but Matt Guyman, when I used to coach back against him back in the day, a while ago, he used to always question the officials and say, do you want my player to just move out of the way then? What do you want him to do? If he can't stand there and defend, do you want him to just get out of the way? Didn't win him many friends, but it's a good anecdote.
Absolutely, similar to a Coach Titmus anecdote, which I'll share with you later.
Sounds like an off-air one.
Great to have Coach T back as well from after he's had COVID.
Jenkins, screen off Jackson, low in the shot clock. Turns the corner, little step back, and it's nice, but it's Jackson on the follow, wants to push that one back in, doesn't get it to go, and does. Should be a foul, nothing doing. Newcastle University just playing quick on the inbound is the only reason, just giving Reading no time to set up. They're inbound quick, and Reading being too slow.
Yeah, real frustrating one as a coach.
Jackson and Pinnock. Rescreen again. Pinnock steps back for another one, this time a bit short. Newcastle University other way, only down 1 going into the last 30 seconds, and it's May who's fouled on the perimeter. I was looking at the scoreboard and watching the game out of the corner of my eye. Didn't see that one.
No, we'll be able to see it. We've got a little replay in front of us here. Tough call.
You're not as livid on this one, so I'm going to assume that it's slightly less of a controversial one than the last one.
I've calmed down. I've calmed down now. I think
Fish was at a 7. You don't want to see him at a 10.
No, absolutely, you do not. But what I was going to say was, yeah, like that's Newcastle do such a good job of playing in transition, either off a miss or a make. You can see that, and that it's really pleasing when your team responds like that to conceding. But it's really, really frustrating when you've just scored and you concede like that. And that's brought Newcastle back to within 1. And it's been a real, as you said earlier, Mark, a real nip and tuck game. I think we're in for a really good second half for sure.
Yeah, if you have not shared the stream yet with your friends, or you've not invited people over to watch it on multiple devices in the same room, you need to. Because that's how we get the viewership up. We're not even at 100. Saturday night problems. Yeah,
they're too busy watching Michael McIntyre's Big Show.
Terrific.
Or The Masked Singer, isn't it?
Yeah, remember...
Yeah, well, but BBC and ITV have covered whatever I need to do. Channel 4 will probably be doing something on the Titanic, I would imagine, or something like that for a Saturday night.
Well, as long as we're covered from a legal standpoint,
yes,
then I'm okay.
Other sinking ships are available.
What ship are you running in?
Well,
the Titanic.
Let's hope it's not the Rockets.
So, everybody in the comments, Kay, what a time to be awake. Indeed. The young man is playing his socks off in this first half. He's playing very, very well. Thank you for joining us and being awake so early down under. Charlie Parker gets to see the Rockets in the flesh tomorrow as they travel to Solent. Got a half of action to get through first, but nice double-header weekend for the Rockets.
Yeah, and the Solent Kestrels have been playing really, really well. Tough start to their season.
Similar to Rockets, started slow.
A massive change in their roster, but Ben Stanley's done a fabulous job with his team. And they're another one right in the mix of this kind of playoff contention. So 2 from 3 there as Newcastle take a 1-point advantage, and Rockets will probably take the last shot of the half.
Shot clock's off. 15 seconds to go here. It's Jenkins and Yabantu. Pressure on. Jenkins, who's got a silky handle. Shuffles one inside with the left hand. What a feed inside, and that's just off the rim from Jackson, but that lefty feed from Jeremiah Jenkins is nice.
Yeah, great pass, great find. Jordan Jackson, you really want him to convert that one.
You do. I'm just looking on the replay. Everyone won't see the replay, but we will. Just shovels and falls down nice from Jeremiah Jenkins. While we've got a few seconds, we can look at the leaders just before the half. Reece Pinnock, tied lead scorer with Josh Moore, 14 apiece. Jordan May backing up for Newcastle University with 12, and Jordan Jackson has 10. That one should just be the end as the heave is 10 feet short, and we go into the half. What a great first half of action. 43-43 for the neutral. Great for everyone in the house. Great for people on the live stream. Pick either side. Still great.
Indeed, and yes, I think the Rockets did a good job of holding Moore to 2 points in that second quarter. But as you say, Jordan May really came out and showed what he can do from the perimeter. Great to see Reece Pinnock leading the scoring, with Troy Cracknell and Jeremiah Jenkins only scoring just over 10 points between them. That will be something that the Rockets hope to see a bit more of in this second half. But yeah, we've been treated to a really good spectacle, and I'm looking forward to seeing what both teams kind of come out with in the second half. The Newcastle struggled a little bit against the press of the Rockets. The Rockets have struggled playing Newcastle in transition. So the coaches have a lot of work to do during the half-time interval.
Definitely so, and we will ourselves take a bit of a break. I wonder if we can find a cup of tea from somewhere. Sounds nice, doesn't it?
That would be lovely.
We'll see. So we'll be back in about 12 or 13 minutes. Come and join us again. We will be back. Welcome back to the Valley. I'll say it a bit quiet, I've just blasted Fish's ears off.
And that takes some doing.
True. I appreciate everybody joining us. Come back, come see us again. Hopefully not too many people have left. Ben, I see you've been in the comments keeping everybody entertained.
Not really keeping everybody entertained, but just saying thank you for joining us in the first half. And
communication is key.
Absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, good to have people tuning in, watching another really good Division 1 clash. So yeah, looking forward to this second half, that's for sure.
And yeah, it's been a great first half here. If you are just joining us, 43-43 at the half. Rockets led early. Newcastle University had the end of the first, beginning of the second. Rockets' pressure came out with a zone press at the end of the second, and it really did the trick, got them back into it, and they were leading by 4 at one point. But we go into the half honours even. Second half, what are we going to look for?
Well, I think that the Rockets will be looking at, first of all, defensively, how they can do a better job in transition against Team Newcastle. Keeping the ball in front of them is going to be another key thing. I think it's just simplistic stuff that will really help them, because I think when the Rockets get stops, they're really good pushing the ball out in transition, and that gets the likes of Cracknell, Jenkins going for sure. I think the Rockets need to offer a little bit more from the interior in this second half. So that's what I feel for them. For Newcastle, I think they've done a really good job. I think it will be much the same. I think Coach Elderkin would have looked at just pick and roll coverage, who to leave, who to stay a bit closer to. But I think his game plan so far with the roster he has been pretty good.
Yeah, I guess quite difficult to scout in a sense, because I think the usual suspects for Reading are not leading categories. For example, Jenkins, Adequate, Cracknell, 7, 5 and 3 respectively, but Reece Pinnock and Jordan Jackson have 14 and 11 respectively. So it's a slightly different group of people. Maybe that's part of the scout, maybe they're doing a good job, but now they've got to find some ways to stop the others.
Yeah, and I think that's probably encouraging for the Rockets in some sense, because, you know, if your leading scorers haven't got going yet, I think that is definitely something. I think, like, Cracknell is a really tough matchup. I think the Rockets just need to do a little bit of a better job getting him open, getting him playing off the catch a little bit quicker. Yeah, you're right. It's good to see Jordan Jackson's got 11. I think he needs to definitely have more points in the bag, and Finn Porter needs to do a good job backing him up, I think, with that.
On the stream, West Berkshire Goalkeeper School says, Cameron says, hi, coach. That's tricky. Who is it? Is it hi to you?
I'm not sure. West Berkshire's your domain, isn't it?
Well, it is my neck of the woods. Although I do reside in Wiltshire.
Yeah. They're probably wanting my goalkeeping expertise, which is understandable, to be honest.
Possibly.
Yes.
They've heard me mention your goalkeeping prowess back in the day.
Well, yes, if you're looking for an extremely slow 38-year-old, I'm your man.
I've always said, if you're old enough.
Good enough. Good old Mike Bassett there.
I don't know if it's Cameron from my under-8s group. Could be. I've got a Cameron in my under-8s.
Ah, OK, then maybe so.
He's great. All my sessions getting better and better. So here we go, second half. Underway. Ben Dixon sees the floor for the first time. Adequate, Jenkins, Jackson and Pinnock in first. Skip to Pinnock in the corner. And he makes another 3, and that's great from Reece Pinnock.
Pinnock normally needs time to get going. That's brilliant from him. That's 2 threes. The start of the game and the start of the second half, really good from Reece Pinnock.
Jordan Mayo had a hot first half.
That's great defence by Pinnock.
Hounded by Pinnock and nothing doing. Pinnock down the lane, running right-hander, and Reece Pinnock just keeps on going.
Yeah, that's great to see from Pinnock. He's really determined in this game.
Can't help but think he's just such a good defender too.
Indeed, and we have had a reply. Cameron from under-8 Kennet Kingfishers.
Yes, it's my Cameron.
It is indeed, so a bit of excitement for you there, Mark.
Definitely so. Hi, Cameron. Cameron comes to a lot of these games, to be fair. They're usually in the house.
Cam, good to have you on the stream, my man.
Definitely so. Alexander hands off to May, back to Alexander, who Coach Thornton was playing D4 with Taunton. Good step up into Division 1. Ubantu, end of shot clock stuff, front rims it. Dixon pulls it. Well, hand off to Jenkins for a quick screen and roll. Thought about the early shot. Probing, finds Dixon. Screen again with Jackson, all the way inside, lobs it up. Canway gets hold of that one, breaks it up. It's got to be late in the shot clock, 4.3 to go on the shot clock.
Yeah, and what I noticed there, Adekoya did a great job spacing the floor for that interior look.
Jenkins wide open and makes a nice inbounds play from Coach Nurizadeh.
Yes, nice 8-0 start to this second half of the Rockets. Just what the doctor ordered if you're a home fan.
Josh Moore, who has been very efficient in the first half and stays very efficient now.
Yeah, not sure why you'd leave him to kind of go to double the post, but...
I agree. Pinnock again goes at Emmanuel Canway, doesn't get this one to go, and it's Ubantu out and running. He's nearly out of bounds, and he is, and it goes the other way.
I think what the Rockets have got to be mindful of, especially Pinnock, he's had a really, really positive start to this second half. He doesn't need to force it.
Yeah,
the Rockets do Rockets do a really good job of reversing the ball off their pick and roll continuity. So let's see if we can see some of that in this possession.
Adekoya to Pinnock. Jackson at the top finds Dixon. He'll dial his own number early. Was open for a split second, nothing doing. Newcastle University trying to get back in this one, down 5 at the minute. Jordan May trying to get free from Pinnock, and it's not an easy afternoon. Ubantu turns down the corner 3. He's defended well by Dixon. Back with Christian Alexander. He's defended well by Jordan Jackson, and that should be a travel, and it's not called.
I just honestly cannot understand that one. I mean, I'll have a chance to watch it back, but it just looked as though Jackson just did everything he could to be straight up. I'm just watching it here. I mean, that's a tough one.
Fish is back to a 7. It's back at a 7.
Yeah, I'm probably an 8. I'm absolutely fuming.
Question on Dixon in the first half. I think he's been battling some illness over the last week or so. From before the Hemel game, I think he's been battling some illness. I think he's just getting his legs back under him.
Yeah, he has, and let's be clear. He was doing a really, really good job for the Rockets prior to that. Really found his perimeter shooting in the last few games, and it's been a big contributor to Rockets' success.
Rockets do have plenty at the guard position. Lots of people, lots of bodies. So Dixon, part of that strong guard stable that we have here in Reading, is Alexander off the left with the first one. But yeah, apparently a Taunton Division 4 player, Christian Alexander, according to Thorny. Fair play to the young man. Looks like he's worked hard. Makes the second. Jenkins, Pinnock, Dixon, off 2 screens, finds Jenkins again. High screen and roll. Thought about it. Pinnock to the crossover, great move. He's loads of contact, and what a finish from Reese Pinnock, who is going nuts in this one.
Yeah, he is doing a hell of a job. That was a tough finish. The defender got a piece of him and the ball. He still gets it to go. And Pinnock with a chance for a three-point play and to increase his output, shall we say, to 22.
Temi George back in for Newcastle University. Emmanuel Canway takes a seat. Troy time's back up. Do you think it's Troy time yet? Have you checked the watch?
Yep. Digital. Yeah. I think definitely we can see him get him going in this third quarter.
Pinnock makes again, and the pressure back from Reading. Split here, and it's got some numbers. Good scramble from the Rockets. Jordan May, Yabantu, Temi George. It's Josh Moore along the baseline. Finds Yabantu across the middle. Temi George against Dixon. Will have to force this one. Does. In and out, and Finn Porter needs to pull it.
Honestly, that was great defense from the Rockets, switching things, communicating really well. Newcastle found it really difficult to get a shot off. Great job, Rockets.
Pinnock, again, just a little force there, and that's back to your point where good play followed by a slightly broken play. Reece Pinnock definitely looks better when he gets something off an action. It comes to him, and then he can play against recovery. Moore guarded by Dixon. This is Christian Alexander. Jordan May defending in the pick and roll. Porter stays with him, running right-hander. Cracknell will pull it, and there'll be some numbers here for Reading. 4 on 3. Cracknell keeps it all the way, and it might just be Troy time right now.
Yeah, Cracknell back to his best in transition. What a play.
A foul on the other end from Dixon. That'll be baseline ball. First foul on Ben Dixon.
And the stuff there by that man, Mr. Alexander. I was a bit slow there, sorry. I was just surprised at how the sea parted for him for the stuff.
Bad data. Here's Jenkins. They'll go screen and roll, short side. Jenkins to the step back, finds the cutting Porter. It's really good, and it's a poor finish in the end. Newcastle University out and running. Flipped to Yabantu. This is Alexander. Jordan May need to stay at home on him. Porter leaves him, nearly gets him the front rim, and Pinnock tries to block that one as it's picked up by George, who finishes. Quick screen and roll. It's Jenkins down the middle with the runner. That one way left, and again, everything's right there except the finish. Jordan May takes his time on this one. Dixon clears the board and needs some time this time. Gonna go a head tap, whatever that is. You'll know, don't tell anyone, scouting purposes. Troy time, we're back.
That's what it is.
Troy spinning, falling away.
Foul line jumper, gotta love it.
Yabantu defended well by Dixon, just slows him up, needs to stay at home on him. That's way right, you can see it from my position, and they'll take their time again. Back to head tap. I didn't see that one.
I think a backcourt violation was
It was. I just couldn't see where Troy was, and I don't know the rule well enough for me to enforce this one, I'll be honest with you. I don't know if you're allowed 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
It's 3 points of contact. Let's have a look.
Controversial again.
No, I think that probably is backcourt.
Are your 3 points of contact like 2 feet and a ball?
Yeah.
Right. There you go. Learn every day.
Yeah.
Free lessons.
Yeah, absolutely. Cutting edge education here on the live stream.
Yeah, sorry it was boring for everybody. I'm just doing it for my own benefit. Jordan May down the middle, and just as you think Reading are going to extend, they just hang around Newcastle University. 53-58. It was a 7-point game, but they've got a chance to get it back to 4.
Yeah, and this has been, I think, evident in Newcastle's season with a lot of close games. They don't go away. I must say, Jordan May is doing a tremendous job for the visitors here to Reading. He has 14 points. This would to make it 15. Him and Josh Moore really keeping the scoreboard ticking over.
Lewis Champion back in for Reading, and foul going the other way. Always difficult, that one, for me, because I get it. But Josh Moore has intentionally run in there to blow up the handoff, which I understand. But is that then a foul the other way? If you're intentionally going in to blow up the handoff?
Yeah, I'm just going to have another look at it here. It is a difficult one because we had a sequence of those calls when Coach Nurizadeh was last with us, in fact, where defenders were running into the screen.
Yeah.
And that's actually a defensive foul because you're dislodging the screener rather than it being an offensive foul. So it's an interesting one. I'd watched that back. I wasn't too sure. Didn't have the greatest angle, but it's an interesting call for sure.
Good defensive time by Porter, and it will go to Reading as a combination of Porter and Champion forced the turnover.
Yeah, got away with that one. I think Champion's backside help was a little bit slow there, but it came off a white knee.
Powell hands off to Champion. Rejects the screen, now uses it high. The lift from Dixon, the runner this time. Front rim, and Porter could come up with it. He doesn't. Newcastle University going the other way. Find Jordan May on the trail, and that one nearly is halfway down.
I think if Adekoya doesn't have a touch in an offense, that's an issue for the Rockets, and he didn't in the last time out.
Champion inside. Goes Powell in the corner. He will shoot early, and again, this second unit for Reading is quick shots, and what a finish there from Jason Sodine, who goes scoop on the reverse. What a finish, and that forces a timeout from Samit Nurizadeh as the 7-point lead is now 2. Reading lead this 58-56 with 2:55 to go here in the third quarter. And I have to say, Fish, second unit not really getting it done for Reading.
Well, not at this moment in time, and you know, the shot selection is probably not in the remit of the players who are taking those shots. As I say, Adekoya didn't touch the ball in either of the last 2 possessions, and he's been, you can see in his first outing and in practice, he's been a tremendous scorer and somebody you definitely want to have with the ball. So Coach Nurizadeh will need to talk that one over. It is a bit of a shame for the Rockets, but again, it's credit to Newcastle. They're not going away in this one, and that will give them some real hope, especially as they started the quarter on a 8 deficit.
Yeah, so as we say, this is a good game forming here. Going back and forth, coaches finding different units, different ways to succeed, and it's keeping this one close. Thorny says that backcourt is one of those situations when, as a coach, you literally lose your mind.
I couldn't agree more.
I've noticed in the crowd that my children are up there, and there's a good few adults around them, and it seems to be that whenever they get sweets, my kids seem to be receiving them as like a nice gesture. They're going to be loaded with sugar by the time they're done.
Oh, excellent. Well, at least it's not like the Vicar of Dibley where she pushes everybody out the way to grab the flowers, if you remember in that scene.
Yeah.
I am just here for useless television knowledge.
90s television knowledge.
Oh, beautiful.
Jenkins finds then they go screen and roll this time with Jackson. The lift is Adekoya. There's the touch you were looking for, coach. Front rim, nothing doing, but better to give him a touch on the second screen on that phase of the offense. Temi George goes pull up. Long rebound is picked up by Newcastle University. There's a guy you don't want it in his hands, and he finally misses one. As we say at the half, Josh Moore been very, very efficient so far.
Yeah, big fan of Lewis Champion, but his defence in that possession was very, very poor indeed.
There's another call on a screen. it's a similar sort of one we're talking about. Sometimes they're screens, sometimes they're slips. I don't always think we officiate that very well in this country. The slip being, you know, you can't have a moving screen, I understand that, but some of these plays are designed to slip. They're not even screening.
Yes, indeed, and the Rockets really good with that in terms of when the defence is switching.
Poked away by Jordan Jackson, 4 on the shot clock. Alexander's going to put this up himself. He does, gets it off, but doesn't go, and Sodine on the follow goes to the left and could have put that one in. Extra possession.
Yeah, a few lapses by the Rockets that will be a bit of a concern for Coach Nurizadeh. He wants to maintain this lead with this particular group.
Jackson to the spin, tries to finish, he's bumped all the way, and that's a good call. On the second move, definitely bumped underneath the rim there.
Yes, and positive to see Jordan Jackson get the ball inside as Daniel Johnson-Thompson comes back in for Newcastle, and Reece Pinnock will check back in for the Rockets.
Coach Thorne supporting clearly our expert view. Got the dribble handoff wrong, got the ball screen wrong. We're not all as talented as Thorne, to be fair.
No, he will have his 3 screens up in the lounge, much to the pleasure of his wife, Kat.
3 screens. He's got EuroLeague on one, NBL UK and NBL Oz on the other. Jackson goes 2 for 2 from the line, and Troy Cracknell will come back in.
Yeah, interesting subbing with just under 90 seconds to go. Nurizadeh looking to finish this quarter strong. Got some more offensive threats back on the floor.
Pressure again. This time it's man pressure. Just a bit of a slowdown. Jeremiah Jenkins against Josh Moore. Cracknell chasing Temi George around every screen. He'll get a paint touch. 9-footer. Gets it to go, and all the chasing comes to nothing for Reading. Jeremiah Jenkins the other way now. Early screen with Jordan Jackson. They stay with Jenkins. It's Pinnock on the lift. They're trying to go inside to Jackson. Defended well by Johnson-Thompson. And Josh Moore again in the backcourt of Newcastle University, still getting it done.
Yeah, smart move by Josh Moore, posting Jenkins up.
Adekoya this time. Long and nothing doing, and the pressure from Reading. Get an easy 2, and that's what got them into the game in the first half. They'll need to see some more. Nearly another loose one. Ooh. Last seconds here. Knocked away by Adekoya. It was Josh Moore who got stuck at this end. Thought he dribbled it. I didn't think he had, to be honest, but he was under the impression he had, and that will wrap up the third quarter. 62-60. Reading take a slim lead into the final period, and as we say, this close one carries on.
Yes, it certainly does, and a 19-17 quarter in favour of the Rockets. They just edged the quarter by 2. Started really, really well, I have to say. It looked like that they found a way to break down this Newcastle team, but credit to them. They've really, really battled, and Josh Moore and Jordan May have combined for 34 points out of the Newcastle 60, and yeah, it's a really interesting one. I think it's all to play for, obviously, and I think that these first 3 minutes are going to be key for both teams.
As Fish alluded to, Josh Moore with 19, Jordan May with 15 for Newcastle University. Reece Pinnock has 22, Jordan Jackson 13, and Troy Cracknell 11 for the Rockets. Josh Moore has got 8 rebounds to go with it, and Jordan May has 6 assists. So the backcourt of Newcastle University is really getting it done here, and the Rockets have to find a way to stop them. if they want to extend what is a slim lead at the minute. There is still 74 of us on the stream. I thought we'd get to 3 digits, but Saturday night problems again.
Yeah, I was ready for my Nelson.
Yes, back again with that one.
Yeah, 1-1-1.
That's your thing.
Absolutely.
Where is Josh Moore from? Says Coach Thorne. I don't know exactly, but previously an Essex rebel. But actual origin, where he was born, no clue. Pinnock out on Jordan May. A lot of pressure, but Jordan May finishes again under the pressure. That is a high-level finish.
Yeah, it certainly is, and I've been very impressed with Jordan May in this particular game.
Pinnock off the stagger, and then it's Cracknell off the down screen against Tony George, back with Jeremiah Jenkins, and he'll go to the elbow, finds Cracknell for the 3, and great find from Jenkins to Cracknell. The imports connect for the corner 3 ball.
Definitely, and definitely a really good catch and shoot guy is Troy Cracknell.
Cracknell out on the quick switch on Josh Moore, and a travel call and a wry smile from Samit Nurazani, who looks to the skies. Perhaps he thought there's been more travels.
Yes, right at the end of the third quarter, I think he was definitely asking for one that looked like a travel, but yep, Rockets nailing the 3 ball, chance to score again.
Dixon to Pinnock, and it's Jenkins on the down screen for Jackson. Pinnock, good find inside, two-handed dunk from Jordan Jackson. What a find from Reece Pinnock.
Yeah, and Rockets seem to